Good afternoon, everybody, or after good evening. I keep saying good afternoon. It's 6 o'clock. Whoops. Good evening. And I just opened my mornings with Jesus, and Lord knows I need as much laughter as I can get at this point. I am tired of doing everybody's jobs for them. And I'm talking about attorneys. Well, might as well start with a judge. But this attorney for those dingbats is a piece of work. You know, he sounded like my brother for a while on the phone. Well, that's all changed because I got the check. Now he's got a copy of my driver's license. Now, don't you think a reputable attorney, an attorney's office, would make sure your name is spelled correctly? Something as basic as that when you have a copy of my driver's license. So first of all, the check is null and void. I've already wrote on it. Name's misspelled because the bank will not cash a check with my name spelled incorrectly. They're not going to just, no. So not only did he do that, he just sent the check with no itemized anything. Excuse me, hello? You think I'm going to cash a check without it? No. And then to top it off, the address that I gave him, where I'm at. They transposed the numbers in the address. 3 strikes, you're out. I literally copied and pasted the oath that he took when he became an attorney. I cannot believe what I have had to deal with this nonsense in Monroe County. What a hot mess of a town. And I'm telling you, I am going to clean this place up. I have had it. I can't even get a check out of the mail. And then he tells me I got to drive to his office and exchange it. I go, yeah, that's not happening. You can messenger over, but we don't have a messenger service. I said, if this were my business, I would make a point of getting in my car and driving and delivering it myself. I said, so if you're not going to do that, then FedEx the next one. I don't care. I've had it. Haven't heard a peep out of him since. Guess who's going to be reported to the board too? Worthless attorney. Another one. Unreal. Oh, and they all know each other. They don't know who they're dealing with, but I'm pretty sure they got a good idea. I'm not scared of them. And I am not going to tolerate it, nor should anybody else. And all of it's being sent from my Silence No More email either. I said, you don't want me coming into your office because I will not be silent. Sincerely, Minister Nat 333. Jesus was a truth seeker, and so am I. I will not tolerate it. I have never, ever in my life dealt with so many incompetent individuals that are degreed and licensed. Really? Are you kidding me? Did you forget what you signed up to do? Apparently so. You got too wound up in greed because, you know, that attorney's office that they hired has their own title company. They don't care about anybody but the people that own the property. That's it. I got that loud and clear when I walked into that office. I put 2 and 2 together. Well, why else would an attorney have a title company? Really? Unbelievable. They're all in bed with each other down here. Well, we'll see for how long. He's making me stronger every day as long as I can get this edema out of me, which is a hot mess. I said the reason why I didn't pick up the check at the beginning was because I have edema in my legs. I keep squeezing out from the stress that I have been constantly encased in. It's ridiculous and it's unnecessary. So, evening with Jesus. Hey, Jesus got upset too. So can I. We've already talked. I'm like, I know you know I'm just with what I'm doing. I know I am doing it by the book. I'm doing it the way you want it. And so this is kind of ironic. Jesus spoke all these things to the crowd in parables. He did not say anything to them without using a parable. Matthew 13, verse 34. I love stories, so I was thrilled to attend the Moth Main Stage event in Breckenridge, Colorado. That sounds interesting. The Moth is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the craft of storytelling. Oh, oh, how fun! I'm thinking moths that fly around. Was that what you were thinking too? Unless you already knew. The founder wanted to recreate the feeling of summer evenings in his native Georgia when moths were attracted to the light on the porch. Now, wait a minute. The Moth is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the craft of storytelling. The founder wanted to recreate the feelings of summer evenings in his native Georgia when moths were attracted to the light on the porch where he and his friends would gather to tell spellbinding tales. Okay. The event features folks who tell their story to crowds across the story. So it's just okay. Remember, I don't read these ahead of time, so I'm reading them blindly. I was captivated as the speakers bravely told their stories. Unless, like the other day, my lips were moving, but nothing was coming out. Now that particular day, I did have to read them a second time. So I wasn't reading them blindly. But today, totally the blind here. I was captivated as the speakers bravely told their stories. One young man had almost died while guiding tourists on a glacier trek in Alaska. One woman had survived the Chinese Communist Revolution. Wow. And another woman humorously talked about unexpectedly becoming a grandmother. Oh boy, I can imagine what that one was about. You could hear a pin drop while they spoke. Neuroscience has shown storytelling elicits joy and helps people pay attention and remember the points of the story. I love how Jesus already knew the power of storytelling. He told the best stories, factual stories. His parables were full of power, life-changing lessons. Well, I try. Who doesn't love a good story? I love them. My clients told them, I told them. It was almost like we had storytelling time every time they came. It was so much fun. What a creative God we have to provide such an amusing way to grow in our faith. Listening to the Moth speakers reminded me of Jesus' ability to tell fascinating tales that impart priceless wisdom. Fascinating tales. No, it's not an untruth. It's true. To me, tales mean non-truthful in my own mindset. Tall tales, you know. I was inspired to bravely share my own stories in hopes of encouraging others to experience a relationship with Jesus, who makes my life a story worth telling. Well, Janine Blackmere, that was an interesting little devotion, and I loved it. Thank you. Faith step. Invite friends over for an opportunity to tell their Jesus stories. Offer a topic such as the childlike trust, overcoming fear, or facing the unknown. Encourage each person to share. That's a great idea. That'd be fun. I'm just happy people are doing it on Facebook, and then I'm asking for their permission to share it on my YouTube channel. What a blessing that was. I have 2 so far. So stay tuned. I have more coming up. Love till all bunches and bunches.